Shalom, shalom. Start by giving all glory, honor, praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQUADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, to teach and move well. Peace and salutations be to the hopeful elect. By that Tazwan, coming from the Prophets of Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, this lesson is going to be going into you cannot hide from the Lord. Pretty much. You know, because there are men out there that really believe that they can hide from the Lord, YAHAWASHI, that they can hide their deeds or hide the thoughts or intentions of their heart from the Lord, YAHAWASHI, but they cannot. And that's what this lesson is going to be going into. All right. In the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23, and verse 18. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 18 says, a man that breaketh wedlock, let's grab the definition of wedlock. Alright, so the definition of wedlock is the state of being married. So definition of wedlock goes into the state of being married. Alright, so you committing adultery with another man's wife, you breaking wedlock. Okay. And then you think that the Lord don't see you doing these things? You in the dark? Nah, man. The Lord sees all things. You won't get away. Okay. Says, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? Well, a nigga will really say, who sees me? Who can see me doing these things in the dark? Plotting on your brother, plotting on your neighbor, conspiring evil against somebody, conspiring to do evil, okay, planning to do evil. The Lord knows you're doing this. The Lord sees these things. All right. And one nigga I just can't get out of my head because of this lyric he said in his song. He said, what he said was he didn't repent for his sins because he was going to sin again. G Herbo. Okay, which is his name. G Herbo said in one of his songs, he ain't never repent for his sins because he knew he was gonna sin again. Alright? Which is some nigga shit, man. You're not even gonna try to do right. Which what niggas really be doing. You know. Get this notion in their head that they should be glorified because they know that they're sinning and they're not going to repent for it because they know they're going to do it again. Like, as if this is supposed to be a bar. This is supposed to be something that men are supposed to glorify. How has it become, how is it that such folly is set in such great dignity? Okay, this nigga making millions off of saying things like this. I mean, many people agree with it. That just means many people agree with it, man. Okay? No matter how you go about life, there's always going to be evil in the midst. Okay? Niggas plotting. Niggas thinking. Niggas conspiring. But the Lord sees these things. It says, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. Okay, so you think that means these niggas starting to think of the Lord as like an idol. Because these idols don't move or see or hear or do anything. Okay? They're false gods. They can't bring anything to action. Alright? Men got to carry them to the places that they want to be. these gods have no life in them, but the scriptures calls our power, YAHAWASHI, the living power. Okay? Which means he is able to act and he moves. Okay? But these idols that men form, okay, men are nowadays mostly forming idols out of themselves, worshiping themselves. All right, expecting others to bow the knee to them. All right, and then bowing the knee to themselves as well, putting their greed and their lusts first before anything else. Selfishness. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. So you only fear what men see. Prime example. You may be in a camp. You got assignments. All right. But you only doing them. And you only doing your quota on videos to what? To be seen of men. To be a men pleaser. Oh yeah, he not going to trip about this if I got this amount of videos. You're not going to trip if I got, this is something done at this. So brothers come in, turning their assignments in late. Brothers be doing all their lessons at the last minute. And this is the example that you fear the eyes of men instead of the eyes of the Lord. It says, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Lord say, if you love me, feed my sheep. So you can't put on the act as if you're feeding the Lord's sheep when the Lord know you're doing it grudgingly. It says, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. The Lord, he dwells into your mind, okay? He can see the depths of your heart, what you really think, your intentions, and how you really feel about certain things. Okay, if you're okay with this or if you're okay with that. The Lord he's the ultimate counselor. Okay, it says he knew all things ever they were created. So before they were even created, he knew all things. He knew you was going to be a nigga before he created you. He created you to be a nigga. He knew you was going to be a prophet and you was going to be righteous before he created you. He created you to be that righteous prophet. It says, so also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. So don't think that you in secret. Don't think that you safe in your mind. You safe in your thoughts. Okay, the Lord hears your thoughts as loud as day. As if you were screaming it out physically. And he hears what you say behind closed doors. He knows what you think, how you feel. All right, so in the end, you think you're fooling the Lord, you're really only fooling yourself. And you're robbing yourself of salvation. That's why you got to be sincere. You got to understand that this thing is about truth and spirit. The scriptures say the time will come when the true worshipers shall worship the Lord, YAHAWASHI, in truth and in spirit. Okay? Because all you false worshipers are plain and obvious, but you outdated. All right? We're in a time now where the true worshipers are on the scene. And for good reason. Look at the things happening around us. Yeah, you still got people playing prophet, playing a servant of the Lord, playing church on Sundays. It's not going to do nothing for you. Okay? You got to have it in your heart and in your mind and in your soul what's most important, what the Lord's will is. That's who the Lord is looking at, those who understand what his will is, because he made it known. All right. Let's grab this. In the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. All right, so these things going to be made plain and made known. And if you think you can escape all the way into the end, then it's going to be brought out in the end. Makes no difference. You will be exposed for the nigga you are, if you are a nigga. These things happen. just don't think you can escape judgment. All right. And that was in my spirit because I was watching this anime yesterday. I've been watching for a little minute now, but yesterday I got to the season finale episodes. And basically, in the whole anime, it was about a guy getting framed. All right. And royalty plotting against him. The king and his daughter was plotting against him and setting him up to frame him and tarnish his name and his image. When really he was a saint behind closed doors. You know, he was helping, healing the poor, cleaning up after the mess of royalty. While they were making him seem like he was a terrible criminal, a graper, all these things, man. A murderer. They framed him to be all these things. And in the end, it came out. All their sins and all their secrets and their conspiring secrets, the dark conspiring secrets, was brought to the table, and they were exposed, and then judgment was wrought upon them. Okay, they got sent straight to be beheaded, man. Okay, and the main character's name was cleared up because everything that they had tried to do against him and plotted against him was brought up. And he didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to go and defend himself. He didn't have to speak for himself. All right. It was spoken for him. These things were because people were watching the whole time. All right. They were watching the whole time, and they brought it up for the whole city, man. The whole city was able to see that the king was corrupt. But it says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the air, the closet, shall be proclaimed upon the housetop. So these things you consider to do secretly, you're actually doing them openly in the eyes of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. All right. Let's see. Psalms 139 and 12. Yeah, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. So, though you think you're in a dark room hiding, the Lord sees that room as bright as day. It's like the sun in your room. He can see everything you're doing. Okay? You're not safe. You're not going to escape. And you're going to have to give an answer for that. Like it says here, let's grab it. We'll close out with this. In the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. So you're going to have to receive for the things that you have done in these bodies, man. Whether it be good or bad, you're going to have to receive for it. And you're going to have to give answer for these things as well. All right. But with that, I truly hope this lesson was edifying to occupy our wealth who listen in truth and sincerity. Until next time, Yasharallah, give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, and Kakwadash. Shalom.